Greetings, Legunus. Arendelft here. So, I've been gone for almost 2 weeks. Sorry about that. Just more life punching in the face, which is always good. Not that I've had that excuse for the last 3 days, due to the fact, gone for like 13 days, so for the last 10 days, you gotta take out weekends out of that, so for the last, gosh, I suppose I don't have really that much excuse at all. Anyway, but I have actually been working on a project, and, oh, yeah, I've, tried filming several times. I can't seem to come to a conclusion. So my conundrum currently in the little project that I'm working on, which is a short story I've written that's only 3 pages long, and is told from a bit of a unique perspective, more of a records perspective, but in any case, I'm trying to throw some mystery out there into Warhammer 40k, because it has so much opportunity for it, yet so few take advantage of it. So that's currently what I'm trying to do, and this is going to be the beginning of several more. I definitely want to be throwing more mystery out there. But back to my conundrum. Do I just film myself reading it to you like I normally have, or will I put up some pictures of, 40k and whatnot for you to actually see instead of just staring at me the whole time, because, that's interesting. Or the last option is finding a way to get the pictures to scroll. I use HitFilm Form Express. I've been trying to look up in the tutorial videos. Neither I'm typing in the wrong questions, or it's just not an option. Well, by not an option, I mean they don't have a tutorial video for it. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Plenty of YouTubers do it. Maybe they don't use HitFilm 4 Express, but I'm sure there's a way in HitFilm 4 Express to get pictures to scroll by. At this point, I might just start experimenting with HitFilm 4 Express and see if I can figure out a way by myself. I don't know. We'll see. But in any case, that is currently what I am working on. I'm rather excited to get it out to you, because, as I said, 40k can definitely use some mystery. And I've been working on that, actually, for the last 3 days. Well, I've been working on this little project for a week, writing up the story, getting it, tinkered with. And as I said, it's only 3 pages, so it's not even that long. But, yeah, I was refining it and whatnot. And then the last 3 days, I've been trying to film this video. And trying to figure out how I'm going to film that one. So, yeah. That's what I've been up to. Well, one other thing I've actually been up to, gaming-wise, is MechWarrior Online, because they've had, a stream of events going on. That has helped me save up some C-bills, like every single day, achieve this amount of damage, get this many kills, get a headshot. I did not get the headshot one. I've got like 5 headshots in my entire career in MechWarrior Online. I was not going to get one spur of the moment there. But in any case, yes. MechWarrior Online, trying to earn C-bills. These events have definitely helped me. Today's one is unique. All the previous ones have been 500,000 C-bills and a cockpit item. Today was 2 million C-bills and 200 MC. I actually didn't realize that until I hit redeem and 2 million C-bills, 200 MC, and I was just like, oh! I would have been gunning for it a lot harder had I known that was the reward. But I just thought I was going to get another 500,000 C-bills, another cockpit item. So that sort of floored me. But hey, bonus. I saved up with, well, actually, I didn't even touch the 200 million, the 2 million C-bills. I didn't even touch them. What I got out of that whole shenanigan, well, I'd already saved up enough from the Supernova I was going to buy. And so the 2 million C-bills was just gravy. And at that point, I used half of it to take off the Endosteel frame off of the mech and put on ferrofibrous armor. It's an assault mech. Have heavy armor. Sure, you can go for the glass cannon, but that's not what I do in assault mechs. It's one of the reasons why I hate my Dire puppy. Well, I love my Dire puppy, but it's an assault mech. Have ferrofibrous armor, and unfortunately, I will never have the opportunity to change it over because for some reason they won't let me. It's just grayed out. I cannot switch the armor to ferrofibrous on my Dire puppy. I'm just like, argh. Yeah, but MechWarrior Online, been a lot of fun, been thoroughly enjoying it. Truth be told, they've still got the same old flaws, that you still only refuel your jump jets while you're in the air, which makes absolutely 0 sense. Somehow when you hit the ground, that's when you suck up fuel through your legs out of the ground. Good one, BGI. But MechWarrior is still one of my favorite games ever, because they actually have a grid on your doggone freaking armor. I mean, seriously. You've got all the... Oh. What, you didn't understand that? I'll say it again. They've got these grids where you've got, you know, a section of your torso armor, cockpit armor, leg armor, and it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, not just having a health bar, actually having a grid system, actually having to aim where you want to hit on your target. Like, for example, when I took my Supernova out for its first spin today, oh, it was beautiful. This poor Battle Master, which was faster than me, but somehow got stuck behind me in the line, was deciding to play rear guard as he was being flanked by 3 mags. 2 mediums and a light. Actually, I think the Viper, I think, is a light. So yeah, that was 2 lights and medium. Well, as they were going after him, I took a pot shot at the Stormcrow that was on him and took out its leg. Mind you, I have 4, you know, large pulse lasers. It's a decent amount of damage, but I think the leg was already wounded, but I hadn't had enough actual data on the mech yet to know that for certain. But after I took out that leg, I was like, well, go for the other leg, and ripped that off. Well, guess what? That kills the mech. Technically speaking, that doesn't actually kill the mech. It just completely well, losing a leg would have crippled it. But PGI, sorry, MechWarrior Online has not had in any of its video games a way where your mech actually falls down and you have to get it back up, which in a lot of those mechs would be really difficult to do. It would take a skilled pilot to get the mech back up on its feet. But it would be a really cool thing to see. PGI will never, ever do it. There are so many good ideas they absolutely refuse to even look at, that being one of them. But it also would be really hard to do, which is why they'll never, ever, ever, ever do it. But, you know. In any case, though, I took out its second leg, which PGI was just like, bye-bye, and he was dead, and he was like, but I can still fight, and PGI was like, well, whatever, who cares if you can still fight. And yeah, he was out. People might be wondering, well, how could he still fight? Well, even in the lore, there have been times where mechs have lost legs and whatnot, and they've propped themselves up using arms and fired torso-mounted weapons, or propped themselves up with one arm, and then fire with the other arm. Well, actually, that second one I don't know about. But there was a time where a guy had a leg shot out from underneath him. He couldn't just magically walk because the leg was gone. He propped himself up using his arms and started firing torso-mounted weapons. And he was an assault mech. I'd actually be interested in finding out what mech that was. Because, you know, hasn't been covered in PGI yet. And, well, MechWarrior Online yet. And it was, I think, a rather older mech. I don't know. When you start correlating between MechWarrior Online and mechs that are you're really excited to have in the game, you know, you're kind of bouncing back and forth. I myself, mech I am most excited for PGI to finally come out with is the Penetrator, where that was Archer Christofori's mech, and he is by far essentially my favorite character in all of MechWarrior and all of BattleTech. I absolutely love Archer Christofori. He was a skilled pilot. No, not the best, but he was a skilled pilot who was also an amazing general in combat. And, you know, spoiler alert for, I think, Operation Audacity. There was even a point where one of his guys was covered in elementals, and he began to snipe them off of his guy. He told the dude to stay still, just snipe, 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 snipe. And one by one, killed all of them. And that was just an impressive feat of skill on his part. Because elementals on a battle mech are small, they're mobile, they're fast. And the last one went for the guy's cockpit. The last one went for the guy's doggone cockpit. And Archer slashed him out of the air before he could do it. Yes, that was amazing. But yeah, I Archer Christofori, when they get out the Penetrator mech, I so hope that they make his mech the hero mech for you to buy. I'm just like, yes, that is the one time. Because one of the things that kills me most about MechWarrior Online is it's a free-to-pay game. Not free-to-play, free-to-pay. Because you get ahead with money. And if you don't use money in the game, you get left behind. Like me, I've only got 31 mech base. And I just occupied the last one with that Supernova. I now have 31 mechs. And the only option I really have right now is to sell one of my Timberwolves so I can free up more mech base or earn more mech base in faction play. Only problem is eventually those mech base are going to dry up in faction play. Sooner or later, I'm going to run out of mech base I can earn, and I'll just have to rely off once in a great while when I can hopefully earn one in an event, which is not going to be terribly common. And that is PGI's biggest sucker punch. Pay us or be left behind. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I despise them. Because I do not respect any game creators that do that. They have so much opportunity to go different routes, to earn a plethora of money in different ways. And I know people who are so dedicated to MechWarrior Online who pour money into it out of almost every paycheck that I'm just sitting there going, okay, not every paycheck, but yes, who pour a significant amount of money into the game. So I know that they, whenever they talk about, you know, having a small team of developers and things like that, I'm like, where's all the money going? I know, I have sources of people who I know are dedicated to this game. It's the only game they play. Where's all the money going? And you have a rather significant player base. So, honestly, I don't know what PGI is doing with they saying that they have a small team of developers, but all that. Mind you, the last time I heard them say that was over a year ago, possibly 2 years, so maybe they've expanded since then and actually gotten a large team of developers, at which point I'm just like, well, now you have no excuse to be dragging your feet when it comes to certain things, but they are doing events on a regular basis now. So this is a decent sign that they have indeed expanded. However, I'm still a harsh and critical judge of them due to the way that they run their game. The fact that it's free to pay rather than free to play. You know, whatever. In any case, I still seriously enjoy the game. It's still one of my #1 favorite games of its type to play, due to the fact that it's not just all about a health bar. And I wish more games would pick up on that. I really do. One of the things I want most is a Warhammer 40k Space Marine type game that adopts that, where you have segments of armor, where it's not just a health bar. I mean, Space Marine was lame because essentially you had shields. That's essentially because when your armor got all dark and, you know, scarred up, that's when your shields went down. And don't go try telling me that was something not shields. Those were shields. The way it acted, the way it performed. And I hated that about the game. I really did. It was one of my biggest disappointments besides the ending. I hated the ending of Space Marine. It was beyond stupid. That was a spoiler alert for Space Marine. That is an Ultramarine captain, Gabriel Angelos, in the first The Dawn of War series, slapped down an Inquisitor when he said, "You must leave." And Gabriel Angelos says, of all the things an Inquisitor has within his power, commanding a chapter of the Emperor's Space Marines is not one of them. And the Inquisitor couldn't argue with it. And that was just the Blood Ravens. We're talking about the Ultramarines. Ultramarines. Okay, Cupcake? Ultramarines. When that Inquisitor threatened the Ultramarine captain, at best, I mean, at worst, he would have been mocking. He would have laughed at him. And been like, well, how about this? I'm going to go call the chapter of Ultramarines and the Grey Knights. And no, the Grey Knights do not serve the Inquisition. They serve with them. They do not serve under them. Far from. But would have called the Ultramarines chapter headquarters and the Grey Knights and said, they will come to judge me. And if you do any of the things that you threaten to do, I will kill you. And that would have been that. I'm sorry, but if he had attempted to do anything against that Ultramarine captain, it would have been with pathetic ease. He would have dissected him. It's like, you do not have the right to judge me. I am from the Ultramarines. Not one of us has ever been corrupted by chaos. Anyway, done ranting on Space Marine, done ranting on Mech Warrior Online. Both the games did have their merit, but, well, Space Marine did. Mech Warrior Online still does. For me, Space Marine still is an extremely glitchy game. Oh no, I ranted when I was done. Sorry! Not really. Anyway, but yes, that is what I have been up to. If anybody has any feedback or anything like that, please leave it in the comment section below, especially on my video. Do you think I should just read it to you, the mystery thing that I've created, or should I actually just post up some pictures for you to look at, switching back and forth from one to one to one? Or would you prefer if I did find a way to make the pictures actually scroll so it's a little bit more in-depth, it occupies the attention a bit more? And if you do prefer that, do you have any ideas how to do it with HitFilm 4 Express? Can anybody send me a tutorial on it, or has anybody themselves know how to do it or anything like that? Please let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, please let me know why. And if you're new to the channel and genuinely enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing. In any case, don't get into too much trouble or do. It's always up to you. Toodles!